Hello, DeSoto ISD 6th grade English Language Arts scholars. This video is to inform you of everything you need to know about your culminating performance assessment that's due at the end of this school year. The performance assessment is the final project that all the students are going to be doing this year since we're doing distance learning, and it has to be turned in by May 17th. We want all of you to pass. If you're viewing this video and you have low or no technology at your home, then you'll probably have to go to your campus and pick up one of the packets from the porch there and use that for your culminating final project. Otherwise, you'll be doing the project that's assigned to you by your teacher. If you have to use one of the packets that are at the school, you can either return that to the school porch or contact your teacher and she'll tell you how to get that to her. You can always have your parents scan it and email it or take a picture of it and send it in to them as well. But for the rest of you that are going to be doing the final project, we're going to discuss that project and how you're going to get that grade. Now, for your culminating final project, you'll be doing an argumentative essay, also known as a persuasive essay, about your chosen topic or a topic that was given to you by your teacher. Your final projects are going to be due by May 17th. That's your teacher deadline to give your teacher time to grade it. May 18th is the district deadline. So try to make sure that you get finished in time so that your teacher can give you an appropriate grade. Your assessment, also known as your essay, will be graded according to the grading rubric that's provided at the Anytime Anywhere Learning website, which can be found at the DeSoto ISD website in the quick links on the left-hand side of the screen. Now, what do you need to do this essay? First, you're going to brainstorm your ideas. And as you know, you've already done that. Because the work that you're getting from your teachers each week is to help you get this project finished. So each week, you're assigned a new task to take care of, and all of that's going toward your final project. The next step is to write your thesis statement and the 3 main points of your argument. This is what you should be doing this week, as your assignments were given out this Monday. The next step is going to be to write your 3 body paragraphs. This may sound like it's a lot of work, but think about it. This week, if you've written your thesis statement and your 3 main points of your argument, those 3 body paragraphs are what your 3 main points are about. So don't let that 3 body paragraphs scare you. The 4th step is you're going to write a clear and concise conclusion. That's your 5th paragraph. And then finally, you're going to proofread your assignment, revise it as needed, and publish. And by publish, we mean you're going to turn it in to your teacher. Now you're wondering how you're going to be graded on this final assessment. Now remember, this final assessment is going to be a grade for the entire semester. Since we're doing the distance learning and we can't be there face-to-face, we had to figure out a way to prove that you've done a good job in school this year. And the way to prove that is by you writing a wonderful paper that's going to deserve an A. First, we're going to grade you on your clarity and development of ideas. Clarity is just a really great word to use when you want to say clear. So the position that you take on your paper is going to be clear and evident. So let's say your paper is going to be about sports, and your paper is about the Dallas Cowboys is the greatest sports team of all time. That means throughout that entire paper, you're going to stick with the idea that the Dallas Cowboys are the greatest football team of all time. Next, your ideas have to be strong. If I'm going to prove that the Dallas Cowboys are the greatest team of all time, then I'm going to tell you that the Dallas Cowboys have 5 Super Bowl rings. That's a strong idea. So you want to make sure that all of your ideas for your argument are strong. Next, you need specific evidence to support your position. If I tell you that the Cowboys have 5 Super Bowl rings, then I'm going to tell you every year that they've gotten a Super Bowl ring. I may even tell you who they played in that Super Bowl. I may even tell you what the score was. You have to explain your evidence in an interesting way. You don't want to just say what the topic is for that main idea and then just leave a basic sentence that just says, that's my idea. You want to make sure you explain it in an interesting way that your reader is going to really want to read about. You're also going to address opposing points of view. So I want to also address people who don't think that the Cowboys are the greatest team of all time. I want to address that and use my evidence to prove why they are. And lastly, you have to show that you understand your writing task. And in this case, your writing task is to write a persuasive or argumentative essay. So you don't want to write an essay where you're telling a story. You actually want to write an essay that's presenting an argument and what side of that argument you're on. Next, you'll be graded on the organization of your paper. You want to make sure you have appropriate organization structure. And in this case, that means you're going to have a 5-paragraph paper. You're going to have an introduction, your 3 body paragraphs, and your conclusion. Your sentences and paragraphs are easily understood and they make sense. When you're proofreading, make sure when you read your sentences out loud that they make sense. You're going to have logical ideas that are always on topic. You have to be careful not to stray away from your main idea. You present your main idea and you stick with the evidence for that idea. You're going to have strong transitions from one idea to the next idea. That means the last sentence in one of your body paragraphs is going to help lead you into the first sentence of your next body paragraph or conclusion. Now let's talk about the language that you're going to use. You're going to use appropriate word choice and language suited for a successful argument. But let's remember, the people that are reading this argument are your teachers. So you want to make sure you don't use words like gonna, wanna, shoulda, coulda, like you write your text messages to your friends. This is for your teacher, so you have to write it in language suited for your teacher. You want great sentence structure. And you want different lengths of sentences. Some short sentences, some long sentences. Sentences where you need commas, maybe even a sentence where you need a colon or a semicolon. Use an appropriate tone for your argumentative, persuasive essay. That doesn't mean like a loud tone. That just means your word choice. Remember, we've already learned that this year. Make sure, of course, that you use proper spelling, punctuation, and grammar. You'll be typing this up in a Google document, and it's going to help you. It'll show you the words that are misspelled, and it will show you where perhaps you need a comma or a period. But you can't count on that to always be correct, so make sure you always double check and make sure you use appropriate spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Then it's time to turn in your work. Your teacher will post this as an assignment for you. It will be posted in the final week. You'll be working on it until then, and everything you do in the coming weeks is going to help you get closer and closer to turning in that final project. And when it's time, you'll log into your Google Classroom where that assignment is posted, and you'll turn it in just like you have been turning in work from the previous weeks. Again, if you're viewing this video and you don't have any technology, you won't be working on this project. So you'll have to go to the school and pick up one of the packets that were left on the porch and work on that and turn that in as your culminating performance assessment. And you can do this by sending a picture scanning it and sending it by email, or if you're not quite sure, you can always call your teacher, send your teacher an email, and ask how to get that information back to her. Again, let's review. The Culminating Performance Assessment is going to determine your final grade for this school year, and we want you to pass. So make sure that you keep learning and you keep turning in your work. Your teachers are giving you work that's going to help you get closer and closer to turning in that final project. If you have any questions about how you're going to be graded, you can go to the Anytime, Anywhere Learning website, which is on the home screen of the DeSoto ISD website, to the left under Quick Links. You can also reach out to your classroom teacher if you have any questions about your assignment. Everyone stay safe out there, keep learning, and we can't wait to class next year.